This is Feldenkrais San Diego, and we're about to do an awareness through movement lesson. And today we're going to be working lying on the back. So please rest on your back and get comfortable there. Spend a few moments just listening to how you lie on the floor, getting comfortable. And when you're ready to begin, please bend your right knee and stand your right foot. And press the right foot into the floor. So press the right foot into the floor and notice each time you press the right foot into the floor that the right hip lifts, that you roll the pelvis to the left. Right. It's a very delicate, tiny, simple movement. Press the right foot. Feel you can roll the pelvis to the left. The right corner of the pelvis lifts and it leans weight on the left side of the pelvis. So many times press through the right foot so the pelvis rolls to the left. Very light, very simple movement. It's very delicate and easy and comfortable. And as you press through the right foot, feel how the entire back participates. See if it can be very comfortable, very easy. Because we are doing Feldenkrais, it's really, especially in this lesson, it's important that this is not stretching in any way. So you're stopping before you feel any sensation of stretching. Very, very gentle, very simple, easy movement. So you press the right foot and just feel this rolling of the pelvis to the left and then coming back. So the pelvis is flat on the floor. Now please turn your head so your face turns to the left. The left ear comes toward the floor. And put your two hands, the backs of the hands, on the face so it fixes the head, turn to the left. All right, so the hands are on the right side of the face and the head's turned to the left. And that fixes the head to the left. Now continue this movement of pressing through the right foot. So press the right foot so the pelvis is rolling to the left, and notice the difference when you press the foot and the right corner of the pelvis lifts and leans weight on the left side. Observe what it does to the movement of the head. Does the head turn more easily, or is it lying more easily on the left side? Listen to what the spine does. Can you feel how as you press the right foot, as the right hip lifts, as that pours the weight onto the left side of the pelvis, feel how that turns the head a bit more, and that each time you press the right foot, that the head can lie more comfortably on the left side. Right? Can the face turn more completely to the left each time you press through the right foot? Explore that many times, but with very delicate, easy, simple movements. So it's very light. Right? There's not a stretching going on. It's a very light, delicate, curious rolling of the pelvis. The pelvis rolls to the left each time you press through the right foot. Right? And just listen to what happens through the spine and how the head can turn more comfortably to the left. Now turn the head to the right and place the hands on the left side of the face so that your head's turned to the right and the right ear is close to the floor. And see first of all how well does the head lie in this position. And with delicate, tiny movements, without stretching, press through the right foot very lightly, very delicately, and allow the right hip to slightly lift, and discover as the spine turns what happens in the upper back, in the neck. Right? It's not the same. So adjust the movement so it's a smaller movement in the pelvis, lighter. Keep it very comfortable everywhere. Right? So this twisting relative to the head is stronger here. Begin to listen to what happens in the upper back and the shoulder blades. What do you feel in the ribs? Each time pressing through the right foot, letting the pelvis roll to the left. It's the same movement, but this time the head's turned to the right, and feel how that affects the system differently. Pressing through the right foot, letting the right hip lift. Begin to listen to what happens in the movement of the spine, the movement of the ribs, what happens in the shoulder blades. Right? Feel that creating that length that's being created here. Feel where there's space opening up. If you do it very delicately, it really creates length and space. Right? Find a way to do it very comfortably. There should be nothing but ease and comfort and sort of this feeling of expansion. Leave that alone and rest. Rest with the legs long or keep the knees bent and just observe yourself. What do you feel as a result of doing these movements? Right? Very light, easy movements, but do you feel some difference? First of all, is there a difference in the contact that you make with the floor lying here? Maybe there's some difference in your breathing. Once again, please bend both knees, stand your feet. Turn the face to the right. With the two hands, hold the left side of the face. This time, take the left leg and cross it over the right. So that means that the left leg, the left thigh crosses the right thigh. And that means the left foot is dangling in the air, but the legs are closed. It's not the ankle crossed, it's the thighs crossed. Cross the left thigh over the right thigh. And begin to tilt both knees to the left. Right? The head's turned to the right. Your hands fix the head to the right. And with the left leg crossed over the right, tilt the legs gently. Start very small. Tilt the legs to the left toward the floor. And observe what happens in the back. Very gradually, very slowly, tilting the legs to the left. And feel how the entire spine is being pulled, is being lengthened. It's really an elongation of the entire back. So this is a very delicate movement. And really respect it. Go slowly and gently. And listen for when you hold your breath and realize that you're going too fast or too far. Back off. Just with delicate movements, tilt the legs to the left. Gradually. Feeling the lengthening, the space that opens as you tilt your legs left. Face is turned to the right. And in the beginning, notice that your hands and your head will turn to the left. But as this movement of tilting the legs to the left gets easier, as the back gets more elongated, feel that it's easier to keep the head turned to the right. Right? So feel just the weight of the hands on the head keeps the head in the same position as you tilt the legs to the left. Note the breath. And feel, where do you feel, which parts of the back feel that they get longer and more spacious? And rest. Take a break. Leave it alone. And lying on your back, notice, is there some difference in the movement of the head? Maybe take the head slightly to the right and slightly to the left and see, is it easier or more comfortable to turn the head one way or the other way? Bend the bend the left knee, stand the left foot on the floor, and begin to press through the left foot so the left hip lifts and the weight rolls to the right side of the pelvis. Very gently, and just notice if there's a difference in the movement of this hip lifting compared to what it was on the other side. Is there some difference you can discern? And continue this. Press through the left foot. Feel that each time you press the left foot, the left hip lifts, the corner of the left hip lifts, and that rolls the pelvis so the weight pours onto the right side. Go ahead and turn the face to the right and place the hands, the backs of the hands on the left cheek. So you continue to roll the pelvis by pressing through the left foot. Play with that left foot pressing, the left hip lifting. As much as you can, see if you can keep the left knee pointing toward the ceiling so that the left foot presses, the left hip lifts, the weight pours to the right side of the pelvis, and the head is turned to the right. Is there a difference in what the head does and its ability to turn to the right on this side? Now turn the head to the left, so the face is toward the left ear is toward the floor, and with the two hands on the right cheek, go ahead and continue this movement, pressing through the left foot so the left hip lifts, rolling the pelvis to the right many times. The head's to the left, and you're fixing the head with the hands so that the head doesn't really move, and pressing through the left foot so the left hip lifts and the weight rolls to the right. Many times. Keep the chin to the left as well as the head. And do the movements, make the movement small enough that the head can stay really quiet and still. And at each time you press through the left foot, each time the left hip lifts, see if the head can turn more clearly and it can more easily lie on the side. Notice if this side is different compared to the other side. Is there a difference in the ability of the pelvis to lift or turn or roll? Really feel that if you keep the left foot standing and you press through the left foot, keeping the left knee facing the ceiling, that the lifting of the left hip really occurs in the left hip joint. It's really this movement of the pelvis rolling around the head of the femur. So many times press through the left foot and really explore this movement. Really listen to what you do. Really feel how we're creating space in that left hip joint as well. And there's really no need to turn the knee to the right. See if you can keep the knee facing the ceiling. And leave that alone and take a rest. Rest on your back. Note your breathing. Once again, please bend the left knee, stand the left foot. And a few times press through the left foot so that the left hip lifts and that rolls the pelvis to the right. Now bend both knees so both feet stand And this time take the right leg, the right thigh, cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Turn the face to the left and place the hands on the face so that the face is fixed to the left. And see how well does the face go to the left. How easily does the head lie on the left side? Right? How close is the left ear to the floor? And begin to tilt the legs to the right. The right leg's crossed over the left, and you're tilting your legs, your knees to the right. And just feel what happens. Can you feel the movement, the space that's created between the shoulder blades? The movement of the vertebra and the neck. Right? Feel that space you're creating here, the turning, the rotation of the entire spine. The whole spine is lengthening. So with very delicate movements, tilt the knees to the right many times. And feel where you get longer. Feel the space you're creating, this elongation that's occurring. So you're allowing the knees to tilt. Again, the left hip lifts. The whole spine is rotating and lengthening. Go ahead. Leave that. And again, rest on your back. Listen to how you fit on the floor. What parts of you make contact with the floor? Go ahead and rest on your back. Take a break. Notice the length of your spine. Feel the parts of your back in contact with the floor. Observe your breathing. And maybe notice, is there some difference in your ability to turn the head right and left? See what that's like. When you're ready, roll to your side and come up to sitting. When you're ready, come all the way up to standing. Just pay attention to what's different for you in standing. So this is Feldenkrais San Diego. Please check out the website. It's feldenkraissd.com. That's also where the podcast lives. And please, if you're on Facebook, come over to the page. It's Feldenkrais San Diego on Facebook. Okay, so I will be back later. Thank you. Bye.